Hello, hello, and welcome to this segment of Sister to Sister here on Real Life. We're so happy that you tuned in, that you have invited us into your home, and we have a great question for you with answers from the sisters. And here we go. This is a really cool little question. Is using a sick day from work sinful if you're not sick? And if you're home from work and not sick, ha! Here's what we think.
Look out. You know,
Roxy.
I'm sad in this day and age we even have that question. Because if you signed a contract or you agreed with your employer what a sick day is, you better stick to what you agreed to. That's what I have to say about it. I mean, there's no discussion really to me. If you agreed to this and you have a contract with your employer, verbal or written, and you understand what a sick day is, you better abide by that. That's what I have to say about it. We're cheating our employer when we're using it for another reason.
But what if you have 10 sick days and it's 95 degrees and everyone's going to the pool? I'm
then
just
who's
saying.
going to run the office? Who is going to be the responsible one to do the right thing and to show the standard? Not to tell everybody else what to do, but to show the standard. What if you were the employer and you needed somebody to be there and everybody wanted to go off for various reasons? I think that's why we've begun to use personal days in contracts. And that's how I feel about it.
Well, a lot of companies are actually changing, their policies. They no longer have sick days. They have what they call PTO now, personal time off. Because for this very reason, if people had 5 sick days and they weren't sick, they were using their sick days that they felt entitled to. Because they weren't sick, they felt entitled to them. So at the end of the year, people were mysteriously all of a sudden sick at the end of the year because they felt entitled to those sick days. So now people have paid time off and they can use those for whatever reasons, whether that's vacation time or holiday, whatever their time off is, and that includes sick time as well.
And employers are buying back those sick days to encourage people not to take them for other reasons.
I think it goes back to what she's saying about the whole contract piece. You know, scripturally, and as children of God, our word, you know, our yays need to be yay, our no's need to be no. So depending on what's in the contract, I know some people may feel justified because you feel like, well, if I earned it, some contracts are you work a certain amount of time and then you earn a sick day, so then they feel entitled to do so. But I go back to a half a truth is a whole lie. And way back we had a question and I loved it, and it was about being a righteous. There's such a thing as a righteous lie, to which I definitely say there is not, because righteousness means right standing. So I'm not going to get into whether I ever took a sick day and wasn't really sick. But my definition of being sick might help somebody want to reword that contract. But you know, you do have your days where, all jokes aside, you get up and you are mentally exhausted. You have, you know, different things going on. Does that count? And I'm not saying it does or it doesn't, but I'm saying it's definitely something to give some thought to. But the bottom line is we need to be integritous in what we do.
As an employer with several different companies, not just church, but other ones, you know, there's almost like this, there's like a grace between vacation days and sick days, or personal time days. There's a single mom and she needs to stay home with the son, or you know what, you can take one of your days. You know, it's like robotic. And you know what, when they're given their best every year and you need to take a day off to get some things done, or you had an appointment downtown that was set, you know, 6 months ago and you're not sick, but your vacation, take a sick day. To me, that's not like a lack of integrity. If you're giving your best and working your hardest at that company, I promise you that the employer wants to bless you.
And I wouldn't consider it sinful. I mean, I understand the integrity deal, but to consider it sinful and for you to be all day wherever you are and feel like you're in sin.
Where the sin comes into play is if you're dishonest about it.
That's right.
That is where it becomes sinful. If you call in and say, I am sick, and you're not sick,
Well,
that
just call in. Just say I can't make it today.
okay, whatever. That I'm just saying, if you call in and say I'm taking a sick day, and they say why, and you say I'm sick, and you're not sick, that is sinful. If you call in and say I'm taking a sick day, and they say why, and you say because yes, I have, then you're not sinning. And it depends on the policy of the company. If you said, like, if they're very open about it and they're like, it's fine, that's fine. But if you have a strict company and they have a strict policy where they say you must be sick for a sick day and you are dishonest about it, it is sinful.
I forgot that you work in HR. I totally forgot that Corey is an executive in HR.
And she's a child of God and knows the word, and that's what she's abiding by.
But so am I.
Yeah, but
And I'm calling off for personal reasons.
Where's our producer?
Yes, I am.
I'm not going to be here next time we tape. I'm taking a sick day.
I always come for Sister to Sister because I love you so much. And I'm so grateful that you're there and you're watching us each and every time that Sister to Sister shares our hearts with you. And we do. See you next time.